Hi, my name is Joyce Mayberry, and I am the Vice President for Family Formation at Georgia Center for Opportunity.
Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine Green, and I'm the Program Manager of Family at Georgia Center for Opportunity. And I'd like to introduce Osai Harvey to you all. And Osai is a licensed professional counselor, and he's been doing this work for over 15 years. People may not initially think that maybe it is a mental health issue, but because we're practicing social distancing, and because we have a lot of frontline workers who are just having to go to work and just not even deal with, they may be having some anxiety about being in contact with people or not being able to communicate with people.
So there is different types of anxiety, right? So in a situation like this with COVID-19, it's unprecedented. I think we can normalize that there's some anxiety that's occurring, right? When you're going into a store, there's a lot of people, that you may have some people that are wearing masks or without masks. There's some anxiety that comes along with, hey, can I possibly actually contract this virus, right? And then there's what is called unspecified anxiety, where you have individuals that may experience anxiety from a specific trigger, okay? And so, in situations like that, you may have an individual that have had a crisis or a traumatic situation when they were younger, and there may be something that happens or that they see or that they witness that may kind of resurface that traumatic incident and cause anxiety, right? And in most cases, no one else knows around them what that is but themselves, right? And so there's different types of anxiety. There's different types of bipolar. You have bipolar 1, bipolar 2. You also have major depression, where the diagnosis can be either mild, moderate, or severe. This all derives from what we call our Bible, the DSM-5, right? This is the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, and it has all the diagnoses in there so that we as mental health professionals know how to appropriately diagnose our clients when they come into our office. So there's different areas, different diagnoses that we deal with on a regular basis, but have to be very careful in terms of how we diagnose those individuals, especially in times like this.
You're right. Joyce may have another question, but I do want to ask another question about, just because how do we get beyond this, and how do we?
Yes.
I don't want to ask multiple questions at once, so let me just ask: how do we get beyond this?
Yes, very, very good question. So, again, I think what I mentioned before with the title "Mind Over Matter" is very important, right? So we got to make sure that we take care of our mental health and place that over what's going on around us right now. What I tell my clients is that we want to avoid putting an invisible shovel within our hands. And so what that means is, with everything going on, the last thing you want to do is get into a place where you get into your subconscious and begin to dig yourself a deeper hole to the point where you can see nothing but darkness and dirt.
Wow.
The dirt springs up the past, and the darkness defines, okay, I have no direction, right? So to nip that in the bud and to counteract that, we want to make sure that we continue to stay active, right? What are your interests? What are some things that you like to do that perhaps you haven't done in a while? Let's kind of bring those things back up, right? We always talk about, okay, let's get outside of the house. Let's walk around the neighborhood. Let's do some family night. Let's play some games with our family. Let's be creative, but let's always stay in a mode of being active so that we don't allow ourselves or dig ourselves a deeper hole, considering everything going on, in addition to maybe the mental health situation that you're currently trying to deal with, right? So we just want to make sure that we stay active and healthy even in times like this.
Wow. I think that is so good. That's really what we're talking about when we are thinking of building a road to hope, right? When we talk about building a road to hope, that's what we're talking about. Coming up with some, and you just gave us like 3 or 4 ways what we can intentionally do. So I want to make sure I'm understanding you.
Absolutely.
So you're saying, maybe activity, maybe some activity, whether it's walking or getting out and doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some
Yep.
family time with doing something as a family together. And
Right.
help me out, Catherine. There were two more things. What were they?
See that you got the family time. I was thinking of. I'm always thinking about doing family time. I didn't write those down, so I'll have to rewind and do that one again.
No problem. So what else, Osai? So we talked about family time. We talked about being active. We're talking about being healthy. So we're talking about maybe
Absolutely.
eating correctly. I know for
That's
me,
right.
I know for me personally, I'm always struggling with eating healthy. And I've been more on it during this time than I have any other time. So
gotcha.
maybe
And you're right. And it could go either way, right? You can be in this position now and you could be eating very unhealthy. But then the other side is, you know what? Let me conscientiously be aware of my eating habits, right? And do better. I think that's important. Another thing that I wanted to mention too is let's not forget our youth, right? So some of the things that we used to enjoy when we were kids, whether it be riding bikes or getting out and jump roping or whatever the case may be, let's engage in some of those things again. Even if we have children, you could sit down with them and say, hey, this is what I used to do. This is what I enjoy doing. And hey, let's do this together. And you would see that it would establish an even more connection with your family and also re-engaging in those things that you used to really enjoy when you were younger. So you kind of hit two birds with one stone. So never forget about your past and those things that you enjoy doing. I think that may kind of reenact some things and really help you to kind of just keep your mind in a healthy space as well.
Oh, that's great. Oh my goodness, it's so much I want to talk, and I know we're nearing our time, but anyway, I wanted to ask you, what do you do as a therapist to maintain your mental health?
Oh, that is an excellent question, right? Because if you can only imagine, I have clientele that I see on a daily basis from the top of the morning down into the evening. So my time to decompress and just unwind, I'm very family oriented, so once I take the therapeutic hat on, I put the daddy hat on, I put the husband hat on, and I want to make sure that I engage with my family. Another thing that I do too, my outlet is working out. So I'll get up before the house wakes up while it's still quiet, and I just give myself an opportunity to just do some exercises. I do miss the gym. I'll tell you that. I do miss that. That is my place of an outlet. But of course, we have to modify, change some things up, during these times. So getting up before the house gets up, getting my workout in, and just getting myself mentally prepared for the day through meditation, or whether it be reading, or just taking some time just to listen, right? Those are some of the personal things that I do. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that. I'm so
Absolutely.
inspired. I feel equipped to be able to go out on a midday walk and have some get my mental health and mindset
Absolutely.
in the right
and
place.
Get that vitamin D in there. There you go.
Exactly. Joyce, did you have any other questions that you wanted to ask Osai?
No, I don't, Osai. I just thank you so much. I thank you for the work that you're doing. I thank you for taking time and talking to us about it. I too am like Catherine. I feel like I've been equipped with some things to help me think about things a little bit differently. But not only that, so I can pass the word along to my friends and family members who may be struggling and I may not even know it. So I feel like you've given us some great resources and we appreciate this valuable information. It's time for us to...
I did want to say something, Joyce, and then I will let you wrap it up, but I wanted Osai to give us some closing remarks because this topic was very relevant and needed. Mind over matter. I mean, that's so important. Maintaining your mental health during unforeseen circumstances. So can you give us just some words of how to wrap this up for us?
Sure. So let's always remember, like anything else, this too will pass. In this time, it's very important to dig into the subconscious. And the way that you do that is to be open and honest with yourself. You're going to always need to make sure that you exercise self-care, whatever that looks like. Exercise self-care to ensure that you have time again to regroup, to decompress, to be able to find yourself, right? And then also to define where we are right now. What does this look like? What does this situation look like in your own world, right? And bring some definition to it. And I think if you just remember those two things and know that we will get over this together, then you will have a successful mental health, and that even those around you, you will effectively impact as well.
Thank you. Back to you, Joyce.
Thank you so much again, Osai, for that valuable information. If you have comments or want to know more even about Osai, we invite you to enter your comments below. Again, thank you for tuning in with us at Healthy at Home. We'll see you next time. If you want to learn more about Georgia Center for Opportunity, visit us at our website at georgiaopportunity.org.
Hey, do you need some clarity about what happens in the state of Georgia legislatively? Well, do what we do at Georgia Center for Opportunity and leave it to Buzz. Buzz Brockaway is our VP for Public Policy here at Georgia Center for Opportunity, and we invite you to tune in to listen to his weekly legislative update.